Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica artwork, and we're working on this horseback rider here. So this time we're gonna actually focus on the rider instead of the horse. So I want to try and get a little bit of details of this guy here. これは彼は多分このダイレクションに見ます。そしてこれI don't think actually that it's going to work to have him facing that direction for this one. If he was racing, I don't know. For this it doesn't work because of the way that we have him slumped. And そしてここでホワイトフィギュアの、レフェレンス、使っています。そんなギリシャのポタリーの方法は2つのスタイルがあります。黒いフィギュアと白いフィギュア、そしてその2ついろいろのイメージで使っていますけど、今回は白いフィギュア。Yeah, we're using black figure pottery and white figure pottery throughout. I guess just based on which kind of picture we're trying to do. I'm going to try something too where we're going to get rid of the facial features for all of the athletes and only have it for Thetis, I think, which will kind of emphasize her role in the scene. Okay, so we got that. And now let's take a quick look at our horseback picture again. Okay, so I'm not really sure. I think the horse might have some kind of like a thing here. So let's go like this. All right. That's essentially exactly what we want the guy to look like. So I guess let's just redraw him in black now. I'm gonna lock this layer. We'll still do it on another layer just in case we want them separate for some reason. And because I'm drawing all of these figures sort of from similar references, I'm trying to keep the references that I'm using somewhat limited because hopefully that'll make it feel more unified. And obviously we're discovering, that's the reason that I'm not like finishing any of the pictures now, because we're sort of discovering new things we want to do as we go, and we don't want to have to update every picture every time we make a change. So instead, we're sort of gonna update them only once they're all done, and we'll update them all at once so they're all unified in that way. These, like, whatever you call these hats that they wear, whatever, the wreaths of leaves, they give me a hard time sometimes. Hold on, one is... Good. And I guess he's gonna be naked too. They're all naked in the scene so far, so why stop now? Alright, hold on, we gotta save this because the document is freaking out. Okay, that's about it for that. So let's try disabling these and seeing. There's always like a weird moment of shock when we disable the reference ones, because it ends up looking like not necessarily what we thought. This one looks okay though. So instead of erasing pieces, I'm actually going to make another layer where I'm drawing in white. And the reason for that being that it'll be easier to change if we move him around and stuff. Okay, so now let's give him actually, let's not do the fancy loop. Okay. So that's it for that. He's pretty much good to go. I guess we could fill in the hair. Good. And then, oh, you know, we also want to add on the horse. We're going to give him a mane. Oh, see, that's giving me a trouble because it's touching the guy's head. Maybe we'll give the horse a smaller mane. I don't know, so this guy, I don't want to do that. There we go. No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. We want to do that. What's going on here? I see. So we want to take this and actually erase a piece of his hand because it's going behind the horse's mane, or whatever you call that thing, haircut. Okay, so now we take these three pieces. Can we group them or something? I don't think so. Well, let's copy this and I guess we'll paste them into the other document and merge the layers if we can. How do I merge layers? Okay, that did it then. So now this is all one piece. Yeah. And now we fit him in. Now, because we chose to make him kind of less wide than the other, we might want to either widen this one on the left or add a third horseman to the picture because it's going to be sort of lonely looking. And so now the last part is that we draw in the white to cover the reference part. And look at that. We got another piece of the picture done. So yeah, we'll probably have like 1, 2, 3, unless the chariot turns out to be really, really wide. But these definitely look like they fit together. The horseman is smaller than the other guys, which is not abnormal for Greek pottery. You know, that they wouldn't be to scale really. but we can also make that top scene smaller or something. I don't know. There's also going to be kind of like, number one, a frame around the edges of everything, and number two, there's going to be like a ground plane here between these two layers. So it's not necessarily going to have their feet almost touching his head. But good. So the only thing to do now is this, or the only thing, from our reference picture at least, to do is that. But we are also going to want to possibly make another guy. But it's really coming together. Our picture used to be a lot more in crisis, I guess, where I wasn't really sure what it was going to be. But I actually really like this composition now. It really evokes a certain type of Greek pottery where they depict, specifically where they depict like athlete games and stuff, where it's just like a bunch of people doing sports left and right. I am pretty happy with this tiered picture too, which we've never tried before, which is another paradigm for Greek pottery that's often used. Just showing two completely separate scenes, which I think is great for this because we're trying to get a depiction of as many different competitions as we can. So good. That's going to do it for this episode, ladies and gents. Thanks for joining. If you want to see more of the channel, don't forget to hit the follow button. If you want to know more details about the project that I'm making this for and the accompanying book and audiobook, you can type !post in the chat, and